Are you looking for the ultimate plant-based breakfast spread? Well, stick around because Willie and I are whipping one up. Greetings and welcome to, or welcome back to PB with Jay. Here on the channel, we focus on all things plant-based goodness, and it's the holiday season, but maybe you're watching this after, and it's just like a weekend or something, and you want to make a giant breakfast spread. Well, that's what we got in store for you today, and you can do whatever you want with this. I'll show you at the end of the video what our family does and how they put the various things together. I think my son wants to make some kind of McGriddle with his. I'm gonna make like a breakfast bowl. Who knows what the heck Annie's gonna do. So what are we making today, Willie?
Well, first of all, I just want to say that we're making breakfast for dinner.
Yes, which is, come on, who doesn't like breakfast for dinner? So Willie's gonna whip up Willie's fluffy pancakes. Most of these recipes you can get in our cookbook, which I have the code for, the QR code for on the screen. You can get the digital copy there. If you want a hard copy, we got lots in stock. You can email me the address that's on the screen right here. Let me know where you live, and I will send you information on how to order one. Okay, so Willie is gonna make pancakes. I'm gonna make a tofu scramble with probably some additions. I'm gonna make some like home fries in the air fryer. I'm gonna roast a bunch of vegetables up. Normally when I make a tofu scramble, I just mix all the vegetables in together, but my thought here is that you can have a little bit more flexibility. So it's almost like a breakfast bar, and you can make your own bowl, you can make your own kind of whatever. I was originally gonna call this breakfast bowls, but Annie says she hates bowls, which is most of what our meals are, so we're just gonna start calling them different things now. This might be tricky to do all by yourself just because there's various things going on, time management, all that kind of stuff. So I highly recommend having another person in the kitchen with you as a co-chef. So for the pancakes, the first thing you're gonna do is if you're using just a one flour, like a whole wheat flour, then you just put that all in. However, if you're like us and you're using gluten-free, we'll put the mix for that on the screen as well. And you can just put all those flours in together. You're gonna mix those together with the baking powder, the baking soda, and some salt until they're nicely combined. And then you're gonna add in the milk, your sweetener, applesauce, mix in the vanilla, and then mix that up until it's well combined. If you don't have a non-stick pan, just very lightly put a little bit of oil or non-dairy butter in there. Otherwise, pour in like a quarter cup worth, wait until some tiny bubbles form, flip it over. It's like 3 to 4 minutes aside. If you want to mix in some cinnamon while you're making the batter, that's delicious. If you want to mix in some berries or any other fruit into the pancakes while they're cooking, I recommend putting the fruit on after you pour out one side. That's delicious as well. And then if you're making these in advance and want to keep them warm while everything else is cooking, put them in the oven at like 200 degrees Fahrenheit and just let them kind of stay warm there. Why do the pancakes look blue?
They're kind of gray. The only applesauce we had was blueberry applesauce, so it's gonna have a bit of a blueberry taste. And I'm gonna admit, I did a little flour experimentation. I wanted to try something new, so I used only half of the potato starch and put in the other half sorghum flour to see how it would turn out. It's way runnier than it ever is. So we're having thin pancakes tonight. Just follow the recipe in the cookbook and you will be...
Say it again?
Just follow the recipe in the cookbook and yours will be fluffy and thick. If you like them thin, do the swap.
I'm gonna cut up these potatoes into as uniform shape as possible. And then all I'm going to do is just sprinkle a little bit of aquafaba on there. If you don't have aquafaba, just some water is fine too. And I'm gonna put a little bit of chili powder on there, along with some cumin, a little bit of sea salt and some pepper. And then we're gonna air fry those at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for like 10 to 15 minutes. I would just check depending on how your air fryer works and just get it up to the temperature that you want. So while the potatoes are cooking, I'm gonna start getting the vegetables into the oven. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the oven on at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm just gonna cut these vegetables into bite-sized pieces. I got some mushroom here, I got some zucchini, and I got some peppers. They should really only take 15 to 20 minutes. And then if you want to, pull them out about halfway through and mix them up. If you want them a little more cooked, leave them in longer. If you think they're cooking too fast, pull them out earlier. Just keep an eye on them. While that's going, we're gonna make the tofu scramble. So get a big skillet warmed up. And then what you're going to do is you're going to drain your tofu. And you can cut it up into 4 pieces. That might make it easier to handle. But otherwise, you're just gonna take it and just crumble it up in your hands and turn it into little chunks that are gonna kind of resemble what scrambled egg looks like once it's all scrambled and cooked. You're gonna add that into the skillet with some broth, and then just keep on breaking that down with your spatula as the broth kind of fuses into it and also reduces down. We're gonna add in the garlic powder and continue to stir and break down that tofu. Mostly we're just waiting until the majority of the liquid is absorbed. And then once that happens, we're gonna add in the nutritional yeast. You can season this with salt and pepper if you'd like. So our nutritional yeast often has enough yellowness to it that it makes the tofu eggy yellow. If yours is not, you can add just like a pinch of turmeric. You don't need much at all. You don't want to add too much because it might affect the flavor, but just a little bit should do it. And if you really like the eggy flavor, you could also add in like a half a teaspoon or so of kalinamak. This is black salt. What I recommend really is to do it on top as like a finishing salt. Don't mix it in because it can cook off. And also some people in our family like Wooly don't really like it. So it's just better for us that we just add it in at the end to our own individual dishes, just like you would if you were adding salt to your dish at the table. How's your pancakes doing there, Wooly?
Good. Sticking a little, but as gluten-free does. These are quite thin. Ephraim said he wanted thin, so he's fishing his wish here.
And then we're gonna add in some kale at this point. If you don't have kale, but you have spinach or any other leafy green, like a harsher leafy green, like collards might be fine. This is where you wanna put that in. And then you're just gonna stir it around until it's nice and softened. And that's it, now it's good to go. One of the things I'm absolutely gonna be adding to my breakfast bowl is our plant-based cheese sauce, which we've made a ton on this channel. That recipe is also in our cookbook, and it drizzled over top. Delicious. I'm not gonna put how we make that inside of here, but I'll put a link to a video in the description down below. And I think it's also on our website if you wanna see how to make that sauce.
And it's in the cookbook.
And it's in the cookbook, like I said. So if you get the cookbook, you're gonna get basically everything you need to make this breakfast bonanza. Except for the kitchen sink. We're not giving you our kitchen sink or my sous chef. I'm keeping her. For now. Jury's out.
What do you mean?
Accepting applications for a new sous chef.
Excuse me.
Kidding. Cancel that. I love you, Woody. And the other thing I'm doing, this is not whole food plant-based at all, is I have a field roast sausage. This is for part of Ephie's McGriddle thing that I think he's gonna try to make. And then we're gonna assemble our bowls. Let's see what we make. So I'm gonna put mine in a bowl. I'm going to put the potatoes and the tofu scramble kind of as the base layer. Then I'm gonna layer in my vegetables. I might crumble a little bit of that plant-based sausage on top. And then I'm gonna do a mix of the salsa and the cheese sauce. And I'm just gonna have maybe one pancake on the side with a little bit of maple syrup. But I'm interested to see if the kids get a bit more adventurous with their concoctions. What did you do to make yours?
I just put everything together. I put scramble with zucchini and peppers and mushrooms, and then potatoes and pancakes on the side. Oh, I didn't know it was on the camera. Hi.
What did you do, Annie?
I made a wrap with the potatoes and scramble, and I added ketchup and cheese.
No veggies?
Well, I'm gonna have. Yeah, I was thinking about adding veggies, but I didn't want. There's tofu made out of soy, potatoes, veggie. This thing, kale, veggie.
That's true.
All of it, wheat, grew, veggie.
What about the pancake?
Gonna have them after.
What's your process?
I'm putting pancakes on the bottom and everything else on top. Look. And then after all the stuff's on top done, I have the yummy pancakes and everything else on it. They're good. Ooh, I'm in my hand.
So there you got it. If you have kids that think they're Will Ferrell from Elf, you could also just let them eat it that way. I hope you enjoyed this breakfast bonanza. Let us know in the comments down below what you would add to your breakfast spread. The one thing I definitely didn't have tonight would be like a big fruit salad. That's delicious. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button to let YouTube know to share with other people. Obviously subscribe if you haven't done so yet. And YouTube has this video all queued up for you to watch next. Thanks.